Chapter 1. The Mind-Brain-Body Connection. Whatever we experience with our mind goes through the brain and the body, which is why mind management is so important. If we don't manage the impact of our experiences, they can affect our mental and physical well-being. In this chapter, I introduce how the mind-brain-body connection works so that you can have a better conceptualization of how to help your child understand the way their thoughts can impact how they feel mentally and physically. The thing we need to remember is that children are often a lot more insightful than we give them credit for. However, since they are still growing and developing, they often don't know what to do with everything they observe and experience. It's easy for children to feel overwhelmed by the vast expanse of information absorbed through the mind and brain daily. With or without mind management, just by virtue of being human, children wire life experiences into the neural networks of their brains and throughout their body with their mind. This process changes the mind, brain, and body. It has an impact, which will manifest itself in how a child functions mentally and physically. We are psycho-neurobiological creatures, and the mind, brain, and body are intricately connected. For example, say your child is anxious. The thing that's making your child anxious is an actual physical thought made of stimulus responses inside memories in their brain. The mind comprises the action of them worrying or being anxious about this thought. The more your child worries about this thought, the more it can impact them on both an emotional and physical level, the body, including physical illness symptoms such as an upset stomach or heart palpitations. If your child has ever had a tantrum, I'm sure you know how this feels. If they are worried about school, for example, and get very upset when you try to get them ready in the morning, this is a warning signal that's emerging from their thoughts, which in turn were built into the brain by their mind based on the way they processed their experiences. To better understand this, think of a garden. When the garden is messy and full of weeds, it does not look or feel good. When a mind is like a messy garden, it feels like it's not working, and things quickly seem to spiral out of control. On the other hand, when the garden is blossoming and healthy, a few weeds or a storm may have an impact, but do not affect the long-term health of the garden. Thankfully, there are great systems in the mind, brain, and body that can help us teach our children to build healthy gardens in their mind. When they learn how to manage their mind, they can make the mind-brain-body connection work for them, which will help them deal with the impact their experiences have on them, no matter what their age. This begins by observing the signals sent by the mind, brain, and body. These signals can be categorized into 4 main components: emotions, behaviors, bodily sensations, and perspectives, which I discuss in detail in Chapter 3. A big part of mind management is tuning into these signals to find the story that they're attached to, and then changing how the story plays out inside of us and in our future. This involves self-regulation, which helps us to stand back, observe ourselves, and monitor how we interact with the world. Understanding the mind. Understanding this process of mind management begins with the understanding the mind. The mind is how we think, feel, and choose in response to everything going on around us while we are awake. The mind's thinking, feeling, and choosing work together as a team to grab our life experiences and put them into our brain as energy. This energy results in a structural change in the brain that contains the memories of our experiences, which cluster together into a thought, like the branches on a tree. These changes are driven by the mind through a process known as neuroplasticity. The mind essentially plants our experiences into the brain as thought trees. Thought trees are the neurons made of axons and dendrites in the brain. In your supplemental PDF are 2 images to help you understand this. The first is a drawing of axons and dendrites on a neuron. The whole neuron is the thought